Side discharge mower added. If I played Fahrenheit, it's a great Quantic game if a bit old. No, I have not. We're gonna resume this. Jobs? I'm not even gonna worry about stuff. I'm just gonna take jobs. Alright, so... What did I think of the game? It was really good. Well, that's an interesting one. I want to do that one. Okay. Alright. Oh. Need to de-stress, man. I think this is a new yard. I don't think I've ever cut this one before. Hilltop house. Ooh, there's a hill. You okay?
My head hurts. I'm just stressed.
Yeah. Thank you, Cappy. Honestly, I don't know the answer to that question because I've never actually driven over anything, but I would assume it would do damage to the mower. No, I'm on foot. Yeah, no, my lawnmower is not this fast. Man, I am still amped from the stress level of that game.
It's kind of funny that I was sitting here thinking, like, man, I'm so stressed. I can't wait to watch Dark tonight, which is such a, like...
You know what's funny is Dark feels less stressful than that game.
Yes, it does.
Oh. By the way, Dark is a really good show. If anybody's been considering watching it, definitely watch it. We're almost halfway through season 2. Fuel it up. I forgot to fuel it up. Get on vehicle. I forgot the controls. It's been a while.
Do you need...
Yeah.
Same.
Alright, what's the cut height on this job?
Ah, shit. Did I shock you?
A little bit.
I shocked myself on the fridge, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just very...
Shocking.
Shocking. Yeah.
Oh. Excuse me. 6 centimeters. Cappy is charged.
If I'm amped.
She's amped. Yeah, exactly. That's a great one. That's great.
Ugh.
Alright, where's my cut height? How do I do cut height again? 6, there we go. And then, how do I turn it on? C? C. Okay, there we go. Engage. How do I do camera? I've forgotten all the buttons. It's been a while. It's been a while. Camera's V. Oh, dude, he stretches. That's cool. Oh, Jeebus. That game was stressful.
It was really good, though.
It was really good. I enjoyed it very much. It's one thing I saw, for those of you who like this game, one thing I saw in one of the upcoming patches that's going to be included is weed eaters. Which is great because now we'll be able to get up to items close on the wall without having to like hit the mower all the time. That's gonna be nice. Oh, maybe I'm not gonna play. Maybe I'm not gonna play the game I thought I was gonna play next. Maybe I'll put that off for like a week. Play something else to relax for a little while. Pong stream? Probably not Pong, but. Since everybody watching right now, these are my dedicated fans, quote unquote. Because they're watching me mow a yard. The next game I had planned to play, because it's October, is I was going to play Dead Space 2. Because I've never played that before. I'll still play it, but I think I'm going to wait a little while. Probably wait like a week. Give myself some time to relax. Yeah. I like the fact that you bounce so hard. It's ridiculous. I'm driving 50 miles an hour here. Although, once you get weed eaters, this won't be a problem. Like, just weed eat around the fence, and then I won't have to worry about it. But yeah, I'm also on call at work this week. So I think it's a good idea to just take a week, play something else, de-stress, don't worry about being on call, etc. And then maybe the week after we'll start Dead Space 2. Dead Space 2 will be blind. I've played Dead Space 1 twice, but I haven't played the second game yet. Play the KFC Colonel Sanders dating simulator? Nah. No. Somebody was saying gas station simulator was fun, so maybe I'll look into that. You were waiting for me to pick that game up? Well, they sent me a copy. That's a nice thing about being really, really tight with the guys over at Playway is they just send me a copy of almost every one of their games now, which is really cool. I like that. Big name? Me? No. No, I'm not a big name. I just happen to enjoy all their games, say good stuff about it, and play almost every single one they send me. Oh, they send me the really strange ones too, and I don't end up playing those. I have copies of them, but I don't play them. Strange like what? Well, they don't just do simulators. That's their bread and butter, but it's not all they do. I can't remember if they're the ones that released Agony or if they're the ones that released Succubus. But regardless, they sent me a copy of one of their most recent X-rated video games. And I'm like, well, not playing that on stream. Maybe they did both, I don't remember. You can imagine Cappy tearing through that one? Tearing through Succubus? You don't know what that game is, though? It's, from the videos I looked at, it looks like Big Titty Demon Skyrim, basically. There's a lot of there's a couple of games that have come out recently that have been like X-rated. It's a normal video game, but all the people are naked chicks. You laughing at me?
No.
Yeah. So they send me those games too. And I mean, well, they've cornered their target audience. They sell well. So why stop making them? Whoop. At least WoW doesn't have that anymore. Yeah, that was what was wrong at Blizzard. The thing that was wrong at Blizzard was the fact that there were pictures on the wall in some areas in WoW that had girls in lingerie. That's what led to the sexual misconduct. Yep. Good job, Blizzard. You fixed sexual harassment. Maybe it's just me, but maybe they should tell they should have training for their employees to be a little less sexist. That might be a little better. You didn't hear that story? Yeah. Oh, it's a big thing right now. Like, the state of California is suing Activision Blizzard. The federal government's getting involved. It's bad. Well, what happened? I don't know, man. I'm not involved in it. I know there was sexual harassment at Blizzard. That's... like employees being sexually harassed. You don't really need to go into much more detail than that. Oh no, they're not the worst company doing it. They're just one of the biggest right now. And it looks even worse on a company that prides itself on, like, inclusion and, you know, supporting people and stuff like that. And then they're like, they've been covering up for higher ups doing shit like that. Could be 2 out of hundreds. It could be every 4th person. I don't think that 2 out of 100 people or every 4th person really, like, really makes that big of a difference as to how guilty they are. They tried to cover it up. Doesn't matter if it was 1 person or 100. I mean, it matters on what their punishment should be. But It's not one of those things like, well, they only did it to like 3 people. You know, that's not so bad. They should be fine. What? The cover-up part. Yeah. It's... There's some proof that the higher-ups knew about it and were preventing the information from getting out. They were punishing employees who tried to talk to the media about it. You know, stuff like that. I mean, yeah, it wasn't like a supervisor came over and put his hand on someone's shoulder. Like, granted, if the employee says, please don't do that, then you stop doing it, and that's fine. But this was worse. It's like degrading, like ignoring things women said in the workplace solely because they were women. Implementing stuff women suggested, but giving credit to men. You know, things like that. Passing over women for promotions and giving it to men who were less qualified. And then Blizzard's reaction to all of this bad news about how they mistreat women, etc., was to go into WoW and take photos off of the wall in some of the taverns of like scantily clad female characters in the game. And they were like, hey, look what we did. We took down the sexy pictures. Don't you like us now? And it was all like, thanks, Blizzard, you fixed sexual harassment. That's what we were concerned about. Like, sure, should they tone that down a bit? Yeah, absolutely. But that wasn't the problem everyone was concerned with right now. It's like putting a Band-Aid on when you have a headache. Yeah. It's like having a 7-inch long, 1.5-inch deep laceration on your thigh, and they give you like a fingertip Band-Aid. And they're like, there you go, that'll fix it. Yeah, I didn't really do a lot of digging into the details, because for me, while the details are important to the investigation, they're not important to me. You know? There it is. I forgot how to do that. Well, in my opinion, they focused too much on that, John, initially. Like, does that look bad? Sure, that looks bad. But the whole Cosby Suite thing, that was named the Cosby Suite, you know, before it was common knowledge that Cosby did the things that he did. It was named that way because the decor looked like an 80s Cosby sweater. Not saying it was a good name choice. But the fact that everybody was like, oh my god, it's called the Cosby Suite. I was like, that's the least of your worries. There was by far a lot worse information. Yep, he sure did. Look at that. I barely touched that thing and it kicks me back. That's crazy. That's annoying. Server queue for New World is crazy. I'm not surprised. Give it a few months, it'll calm down. What is she watching? You know what she's watching. I have no idea what episode she's on, but...
I can tell you. 100.
What's the name of it?
Unfinished business. I was laughing at something Lionel was doing.
Oh, okay.
Because John Heater's still there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you after stream.
Which scene though? Something with Lionel. Oh, well, why are you asking what scene and then you get mad I tell you what scene? But yes, Cappy is past you now. What's up, Star Chaser? I saw you here earlier. Sorry I didn't say hey at the time. I think I was still stressing out over Detroit Become Human. That was a good game. Oh, it's all good, man. They'll be up on YouTube tomorrow? No, in like a week. Sorry. Beyond Two Souls just started, didn't it? On YouTube. Yeah, it was really good. Definitely recommend watching it. Would recommend playing it, actually, but... At the very least, give it a watch. I like this yard. This is a nice yard. Whoop. Hey, doesn't the new Dune movie come out later this month? It come out on Halloween or something? October 22nd. Probably gonna be on HBO, I think. Bond comes out on the 8th. I like Bond films, but I'm not so into them that I have to catch them when they come out. I haven't watched any of the Daniel Craig ones yet. Daniel Craig's more like Bourne Identity. Oh. I've never seen any of those movies either. I know they're more chasey, fist fighty though. He does have gadgets, right? Because that would feel weird to just like get rid of Q or whatever. He was still a big player? Okay. Yeah, as most people, Sean Connery's my favorite Bond, but I'd have to go with, considering I haven't seen Daniel Craig, I have to go Pierce Brosnan as my second favorite. Brosnan's your favorite? Brosnan was really good. Roger Moore was also good, but I actually respect Roger Moore telling the studio that he didn't want to do it anymore. Even though they were like, we still want you to be Bond, all your movies make lots of money, and he's like, the girls I'm making out with in these movies are young enough to be my granddaughters. You gotta find somebody else. You can't really say you dislike any of the Bonds. I wouldn't say dislike. God, there was that one Bond, I forget his name. He only did one movie. And he looked like a Bond villain. But I forget his name.
Oh, hold on. I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't see his name.
He's probably my least favorite. I didn't hate him. Timothy something? George Lazenby? No, not George Lazenby. He didn't look like a villain, but he didn't look like Bond either.
Timothy Dalton?
Timothy Dalton, that's it. Yeah, he looks like a villain. He would have made a great Bond villain. He did not make a good Bond. I think the reason he struck me as a Bond villain is because one of the first movies I ever saw Timothy Dalton in was The Rocketeer. And he's the bad guy in The Rocketeer. So, like, I had seen The Rocketeer and I'm like, fuck this guy, he's a bad guy. And then I watched him in Bond and I'm like, he does not look like a good guy. Oh, The Rocketeer, that is a good movie. Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig is your top three. I hear a lot of good stuff about Daniel Craig. I just haven't sat down and watched any. It's not like I'm actively avoiding them. I just haven't watched them. It's one of those things. George Lazenby, he was the one that was like a football player or something, right? He was like a sports guy that they hired to play Bond, and literally nobody liked him, so they brought back Sean Connery again. He wasn't even British. That's amazing. How are you gonna get not a British guy to play Bond? That's just weird. Oi, mate, I'm James Bond. And you're just like, Could you see Steve Irwin doing Bond? No. Alright, this was my job. Okay. Are we upgrading our building? Yeah, the Roger Moore ones were always kind of funny. I liked them. Move to Whitehall House. Not yet. I wouldn't be able to afford a third employee or more mowers anyway. So we'll wait. Paddock. Paddock B. See, I'm gonna... $235. Yeah, we'll do this one. Okay. So I'm doing this job. Yeah, the Roger Moore ones always seemed more like tongue-in-cheek. Not like comedies, but like they were very, they didn't take themselves overly serious either. It seemed like they were just having fun. You know what I mean? The exact contrast to Craig. His are much more like action-oriented, like, oh my god, go, 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 fight. Punch, fight, win. I mean, there's a place for those. Connery was the sexiest? Well, I mean... yeah. Six. It'd be really cool if they give you a map. I'll be interested to see who they get to replace Daniel Craig in the next one. Because I know he said this is his last one. Michael Fassbender, isn't he getting a little up there in age? Like, not that it's a bad deal or anything, it's just... they tend to want to choose semi-younger actors solely so that they can stick with them for multiple movies instead of having to replace Bond every like 1 or 2 movies. Like get a Bond that can do 4, 5, or 6 in a row. He's 44. Yeah. If they chose Fassbender at 44, he'd probably just get 1 movie. And then they'd replace him again. It's kind of like when I was all for Idris Elba taking over until they pointed out that Idris Elba was like in his mid to late 40s, I think. And then I was like, he's probably not going to get it. He's getting a little too old. How about a Black Bond? I'd be totally cool with that. Like I said, I was down with Idris Elba. I thought he would have been great. I just think they're now at the age where they'd probably only be able to get 1 Bond film out of him until they'd need to replace him just due to age. But yeah, I'd be down with a Black Bond. I'd have no problem with that at all. Will Smith, he's not British. He says he has to be British. Well, I don't know. I have a feeling like they wouldn't consider a non-Brit anymore.
Sorry.
No! Hold on. You love hearing Cappy's reactions? Me too, she's great.
No.
If he wasn't British, it would just be Mission Impossible. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea. I like the idea of a black Bond. I just don't think I'd be down with a non-British Bond. I think that would strike me as strange, personally. I'd even be down with a female Bond if they did it right. I don't know what they would do with the name James, though. She would just need to sex up some attractive Russian male guy. As opposed to all those female guys? I don't know. Who's the guy who played the gatekeeper in the Thor movie? He'd be good? I don't know. I only saw Thor once. So I can't picture him. It'd be hilarious if that was Idris Elba. Then I'd be like, okay, dude. It was Idris Elba. Okay, well, there you go. So my idea still stands. That was the guy I said would make a great Bond. But yeah, he's up there in age. He's like in his mid-40s now, I think. So it would be like he could do one Bond film, but then they'd have to probably replace him again, which is unfortunate. Because then the racist jerks who didn't want a black Bond to begin with would be like, they got rid of him because he didn't do very well because he's black. And not because he's older. Racist people suck. Craig is 53? Yeah, I know Craig's 53. But he's also stopping doing it because he's too old. What I'm mentioning is that I'm not saying that being in your mid-40s precludes you from being a Bond. It just precludes you from being Bond for very long. And the likelihood that the studio tends to prefer a Bond that can do it for multiple movies instead of one or two. I'm not saying they couldn't. I'm just saying it's less likely. How was the ending? Very good. Do recommend Detroit Become Human. Full recommend from me. I destroyed a plant. It looked like a weed. Let's be honest. I don't know who that person is. Beyond Two Souls was good. It was not as good as Heavy Rain. It was 100% not as good as... God damn it. Definitely not as good as Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human was better than both. He's a younger black actor that was in Bridgerton and is apparently also in the D&D movie. I'll have to look him up. My only real requirement of a Bond is that he has to be suave and debonair, a little sexy, it feels weird for me to say that. But he also needs to be able to be very intimidating very easily. Put his picture in Discord or something and put his name and a picture of him. And I'll go check it out after the stream. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's just what I was saying. I'll check him out. He's got a really good voice too. Good. Man, I forgot how relaxing this game was. Oh, so nice. Will I try Age of Empires 4? Probably not. And it's not that I don't like those types of games, it's that I'm not good at them. And I'm definitely one to admit, like, I got the games I'm good at and the games I'm not. And while I enjoy games like those, I usually play them with cheats. Because I'm not very good. Micromanagement is not really my thing, generally speaking. So while I enjoy RTS games, I am garbage at them. So seeing me play an RTS on Twitch is going to be highly unlikely. I'm not even very good at campaign. Like, I played StarCraft. Couldn't beat it. Couldn't beat the campaign. I did beat it with cheats on. One of the first games I really fell in love with was an RTS game that very few people have ever heard about, called Total Annihilation. And I played the hell out of that game. I was terrible at it. You played Total? No, not TA Kingdoms. TA Kingdoms was a sad attempt at a medieval version of the game. No, the original sci-fi version. Hold on. Forgot to adjust my volume level back. There we go. You played Total Annihilation? Total Annihilation was great. I wasn't good at it, but I really liked it. I used to play TA with Nap a lot, and Nap is far better at RTS games than I am. And he would always get frustrated because I would put up a good fight up until a certain point when the game really started to tilt in his favor. And once I knew that there was no coming back, I would just self-destruct everything. So, I mean, he'd still win, but he didn't get to destroy my base, and he always hated that. I loved doing it, because he hated it. Have I ever played Dungeon Keeper? Yeah, I played and beat Dungeon Keeper 1 and 2. Those games are awesome. The enemy has breached your walls. You've been thinking of streaming them? Dungeon Keeper 1 is really short. There's only like 10 or 12 missions. I damaged the ground. Honestly, I could care less. I couldn't care less, sorry. I always liked the missions that had the gems instead of the gold, because the gems never ran out. I also played the hell out of Civilizations too. Another game I'm not great at, but I really love. Would I consider streaming Dungeon Keeper? Maybe. I was decent at Dungeon Keeper. I could probably beat the game without cheats. Command and Conquer? I could never get into Command and Conquer. I did play Dune 2000 though. That was good. Surprising no one. I played the Dune version of Command and Conquer. I was always better at Civilizations than I was at the Command and Conquer RTS's style. Still not amazing at Civ, but I could at least beat it on, like, the lower 1 or 2 difficulties without cheats. I also had friends that tried to shame me for cheating in video games, but I was like, you guys can try shaming me all you want. I don't care. I'm not good enough to beat the game normally, but I still want to play it. If I like sim games, you would probably like The Sims. I would not like The Sims. I've tried it. Your Sims are always too needy. City Skylines, that's an awesome game. I love that game. I get the feeling they're working on a City Skylines 2, because they haven't really done an extremely major DLC for Skylines in a while. Like, they've done a couple of minor ones, but nothing like game-changing since Industry, really. But if they come out with a City Skylines 2, you're gonna be damn sure I'm gonna be up on that. I played a lot of SimCity growing up. I always got the feeling that the original SimCity games weren't really designed to be simulators. They were designed to be I always felt like the SimCity games were designed for you to fail. And that's why I always like City Skylines better. Because I could build a successful city in City Skylines pretty easily. SimCity was really difficult to build a city that could make profit. I also like some of the granularity stuff that City Skylines does that note that I don't think any SimCity game has ever done. Like traffic management. I'm gonna have to make another loop around this thing. There's some grass over here I got bogged down on. I guess I got it. What games are on my list right now? Well, I want to play Dead Space 2. I want to finish the Pixel remasters whenever they come out for Final Fantasy. So 5 and 6. I'll also want to play Final Fantasy 10, 10-2, and 12. So I'll probably pick those up on Steam one of these days. What else? Once the DLC for Cyberpunk comes out, I'll probably want to play Cyberpunk again. I heard about this game that came out a long time ago. L.A. Noire. Yeah, L.A. Noire. I heard about this game that came out a long time ago called Gothic, but everybody I talk to says it sucks. So we're not going to play that. Same thing with Oblivion. I heard that game sucks too. I'll probably play Starfield when that comes out. That looks fun. Alien Isolation? There's no games called Alien Isolation. That's,
I'm Commander Shepard, and AwesomeMattG is my favorite streamer on Twitch.
Hey, Simple Man, what is up, dude? Thank you very much for the Twitch subscription. Much appreciated. I hope you enjoy your Mindy emotes and everything. I think you should play a VR horror game with a heart rate monitor. Well, I don't own a heart rate monitor, nor do I own a VR headset, so you got we got two problems there. Plus, I would probably just say no. I would like to live and not have a heart attack. Thank you very much. I play a video game with a heart rate monitor and people be like, bro, you need to go to the hospital. If I buy you one, would you play it for me? Hey Lucid, what's up, man? Do not buy me a VR headset. I would, if you bought me a VR headset, I would play VR games, but I probably wouldn't play a horror VR game. But don't do that. That's ridiculous. $500, $600, $700 for a VR headset. Please do not spend that kind of money on me. Also, what's up, man? You emailed me a tracking number already. I was about to say, you don't have my email. Yeah, you do. You could text me a tracking number. It's from Wish. I'm just gonna get a cardboard box. And they're like, put your phone in this. One of these days, Lucid is just gonna text me on my phone, and I'm gonna freak out like, who the hell is this? I missed your question. Did you look at the game I sent you Turing test? I'm sure I did. When you say sent me, do you mean you bought me a game? Or do you mean you sent me a link in Discord that was like, hey, you should look into this game? Because if you bought me that game, now I feel bad. You gifted it to me? Shit.
Oh, no.
Hold on, I gotta write this down. It was on sale for $3. Okay, hold on. Now I don't feel so bad. What was it called? Turing test. Okay. Let me look that up after the stream. Maybe I'll play that this week. Yeah, I was all like, did you send me a message on Discord or did you actually buy it for me? I bought it for you.
I
Shit.
feel like I remember you telling me, hey, he bought me a game, this is what it is.
I'm sure I did. Oh, you gifted it to me before I sent you you sent me this game? God damn it, Two Talent. I can't keep track of all the shit you're gifting me. I just got to start writing a list down. Two Talent gave you
Blowjobs.
blowjobs. No. I love Two Talent, but I don't think I love him that much. My loss? It doesn't bother you. It bothers me. Like, I want to... Like, obviously, if I forget you gifted me a game... 1001... obviously, if you gifted me a game and I forget that you're the one who gifted it to me, it's not a big deal. But if you gifted me a game... and then I go and play it like 3 months from now and I go, oh man, I got this game somewhere. I'm going to play it. It was really good. I'm so glad I bought this game for myself. You know, I feel bad about that. I am honest with everybody though. Everybody that ever asks me, didn't I gift you a game? You've gifted me plenty of games, Lucid. What are you talking about? Ask me which games you gifted me. Recently. Lar, God, I have no idea. If you ask me which games have I gifted, I also have no idea. I know you have gifted me a handful of games. Couldn't tell you what they were. But I am brutally honest. Like I do know you gifted me a copy of Monster Hunter World. Which I will say I was honest about before you because you were like, hey, can I gift you this? And I was all like, I don't know if I'm going to like it. And you were all like, I don't care. And we played it for a while, and then I was all like, hey, Lucid, I don't like it. And you were like, it's fine. But I know you've gifted me other ones. It was worth it just to play some with me. I am always, anytime someone, like, obviously if you gift me a game and don't ask, I don't have the opportunity to tell you. But anytime someone is like, hey, can I gift you this game? I'll either say, yes, it's a game I want to play, or I'll say, you should probably gift it to somebody else, because I will not, I will never guarantee that I will play a game someone gifts me. Because sometimes people gift me games that I know for a fact I do not like. And they're like, will you play this game? No. No, I won't. I think Baka sent me a game once and I sent it back to her. Your girlfriend played over 600 hours of Monster Hunter with you and then told you she didn't like the game? Wow, that would hurt my... That would be like a stab in the heart for me. I'd be like, why didn't you tell me sooner? I wanted to spend time with you. We could have played something you liked.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, exactly, man. Because it's not that now you don't like the game because your girlfriend doesn't like it. It's now it makes you feel like you've obligated your girlfriend into doing something, and now every time you play it, you're like, ugh. I remember that time I forced my girlfriend to play this for 600 hours. And now you feel guilty every time you play it. And it's like, I tell Cappy that all the time. I'm like, just tell me if you don't like something. I'm like, hey, I'm going to play this game on stream. Do you want to watch? And she's like, yeah, sure. And then one time she watched the game and she's like, I didn't like that game. I'm like, you know when I ask you if you want to watch a game, you can say no. And so now I'm like, hey, you want to watch this game? Not really. Okay. Fine by me, I'm still going to play it. It's like mom, every once in a while, my mom tells me, like, I don't really like that game you're playing. Like, I still show up to your stream and I still watch because you're my kid and I like you. Like me. Thanks, Mom. But she's all like, I really just kind of put you on and listen to you while I play Viscera Cleanup Detail. I'm like, that's fine. Every once in a while she tells me, like, don't stop playing because I said I didn't like it. I'm like, I wasn't gonna. It's like with the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. She's like, I'm not really into them. They seem neat, but they're alright. And I'm like, well, I'm still gonna play them. I'm gonna play other Final Fantasies too. Wow, that's... Yeah, man, I feel you on that one. Aww. That's dumb. Is Cappy laughing at me? Sometimes it's at me and sometimes it's at what she's watching. All right, now here's the operative question, Lucid. Does she like Apex? Is it one of those things where you had to sit her down and like, look, if you don't like this, you need to tell me, okay? Oh, she likes it more than you do? Okay. Am I considering playing the Valhalla DLCs? Yeah, once they're all out, yes. Absolutely. I thought they were only going to have 2, and then when the second one came out, they said they were going to do a 3rd now. And I was like, okay, well, that delays me playing it again. Because I want to play it one more time. No, I'm not going to start it over. I'm going to resume where I left off, but when I pick it up again, I want to be able to play all the DLCs. That way I can be done with it. I don't want to pick it up, put it down for another 6 months, pick it up, put it down for another 6 months, pick it up. So we'll wait until everything's out, knock them all out at once. thought there were only two? Me too. Why are there all these loose blades right here? Oh crap, it's because the blades on my mower are damaged. Shoot. Well. Let's finish this job. And then somebody remind me to fix my mower before I go out on the next job, would you? Okay. Alright. I did not half bad. The other guy did better than me. What's Cappy watching? Crit Roll, man. All right. Well, now that I've done that, How do I get back to the main menu again? Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out tonight.